You guys, we are in for a treat today. I'm so excited to welcome Jenna here. She's from the Made in Oklahoma program. That's accurate, right? So Marsha Dimmeyer, who there's an energy level there. And one day she came to me and I was like, I don't know if I can match it, but I took a deep breath and here we were. And she said, we have got to have this girl come and speak to our club. It's interesting. We need to know about this. We need to be supporting local businesses. So we are so excited that she could join us. We scheduled this quite a while ago. So originally from Iowa, which is it ironic that the Made in Oklahoma girl is from Iowa? Maybe, but here we are. Oh, we've got a clapper. Jenna grew up on a row cropping acreage with a passion for showing horses. That passion led for her to attend Oklahoma State University. Go Pokes, where she earned a degree in ag communications and animal science and was a member of the undefeated horse judging team. Congratulations. While at OSU, she met her now husband, Mark. Jenna and Mark, along with their baby Stetson, live in Purcell and are first generation ranchers, fulfilling her husband's dream of being in the cattle business. Note that she wrote that. It says her husband's dream. We can unpack that later together. You seem to be very happy. So he got a ranch and you got a baby? Yeah. Okay, good deal. Jenna's still active in the horse industry, volunteering her time with their local 4-H horse club and at various horse shows and horse judging contests. Professionally, Jenna has been the Made in Oklahoma program coordinator for nearly 6 years and has aided in growing the program to over 1,300 members and has seen record-setting sales year over year in the MIO store at the Oklahoma State Fair. Everyone, please welcome Jenna.
Am I on? Can you hear me? No. Yo, there we are. Okay, great. Good afternoon. Hello. Thank you for having me. My name is Jenna Brinlee. As she said, I have been with the Oklahoma Department of Agriculture for 6 years. It's a little tricky. We have divisions within ODAF, is what we call it, and we are in the Market Development Division, and Made in Oklahoma is a program within that division. So that's a lot of verbiage, legal terms to say I am the Made in Oklahoma program coordinator. So we'll start a little bit by talking about what the program is and then who can join and how you guys can find Made in Oklahoma products. So we are focused on economic development in the Market Development Division. All of our programs focus on economic development. We want to help our small businesses across the state. Specifically within Made in Oklahoma, we do these things, providing a profile page on our website, which I will have you guys kind of dive into in a little bit. Social media highlights are on Facebook and Instagram, and we hire an intern typically from OSU, typically in the Ag Comm department, at least for 2 semesters, that handles our social media for us, which is fantastic. And then we do quite a few events across the state all year long, helping our members be a part of those events for a significantly reduced cost. So a lot of our major events across the state, such as the fairs, are very expensive to get into or have a booth there. So we help our members out by cost sharing with them. They also get free use of our logo, and I'll show you guys what that looks like. But they use this on any of their product packaging, their marketing materials, anything that they want to say that they are certified and branded as a Made in Oklahoma product. A little bit of consumer awareness and consumer trust there when they know they're buying a local item. And then some branding signage. We have retail stores in our program as well. That's not as big of a section of our program, but we do have it. And these are storefronts across the state who carry or sell Made in Oklahoma items in their store. So we have some signage to help them brand their space. And then additional opportunities as they arise. So in the past, we've partnered with news stations, with different podcasts, things like that to help highlight our members. So our members, I keep saying our members, our producers, they are companies across the state who grow, process, or manufacture a good in Oklahoma. And it's completely free for them to join. So I started the program in 2019, and we had about 450 members then, and today we have over 1,300, which is exponential growth. We love that in the program. I saw a big influx during COVID when people had downtime and they had these dreams, ideas, businesses they wanted to start. They had the opportunity to do so. So I had a big influx around 2020, 2021. However, that hasn't slowed down, which is fantastic. I get about 20 new companies join the program every month, which is amazing. So we do have in Oklahoma 2 Made in Oklahomas, which is kind of confusing. It's very confusing, actually, for our companies and as a consumer to know the difference between the two. So this is it in a nutshell. The Made in Oklahoma program, which is the Navy and Rest logo that you see, that's the program that I am over. And as I mentioned, we're free to join. And we include all types of products. So that's anything from food and beverage to soaps to candles to leatherworking, woodworking, pet and livestock items. And the MIO Coalition, which is the red circle that you see, they are only food and beverage companies. So as a consumer, that's how you kind of know the difference. The MIO Coalition, so the red circle, you're going to find a lot of these products in the grocery store. They're highly focused on grocery and restaurants, whereas the companies in our program producing all types of items can be at events, festivals, boutiques, general stores, things like that across the state. These are some, as we go down the list there, just some details about the program differences, like we don't have an annual sales requirement to be in our program, whereas the coalition does, and that helps a lot of our companies join. They might be startups, it might be their full-time business, but if they're just starting, if it's a side hustle or a part-time business for them, we still include them in the program. Whereas the coalition, you have to have a yearly sales requirement so that you can meet the distribution demands. So a lot of the grocery stores will order pallets at a time, right? We want our members, or their members rather, to be able to fulfill those orders. So that's why they have that yearly sales requirement for them. Then we're funded differently as well. Your tax dollars help promote the Made in Oklahoma program members. And then the MIO Coalition is public and private partnership, so their members have yearly dues that they pay in addition to getting a stipend from the legislature. If you go to our website, this is what it will look like, and we're going to just briefly go through a producer page. So as a consumer, this is what you would go to if you're looking for any type of product. So for this example, I clicked on producers up at the top. These are, again, the companies making the items. And it's broken down into 5 different big categories. And these are them: body, skincare, food, drink, home goods, outdoors, and pets and livestock. So we really cover everything. And for this example, I clicked on food and drink, and then it brings you to this next page. So each of the big 5 have these subcategories underneath of them. So if I were to click on the body and skincare, it'd come up with bath bombs and soaps and beard oils, things like that. But for this example, I clicked on food and drink, and now I'm going to click on the baked goods, which is the top one. Brings you to this. So this is all the companies in the program that have a baked good item. And they're alphabetical. Again, every category is like this. And for this example, I clicked on Molly Coddled Hash Slinger. If you're not familiar with her, I highly recommend. She's an artisan candy maker with the best soft caramels you will ever taste in your life, I promise you. I will put money on it. Unfortunately not. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. But you can visit her website or go to her store. She's now has a retail location as well in Northwest Oklahoma City and has over 100 different if it's not made in Oklahoma, it's made in America, everything in her store. So highly recommend if you need a gift to go to her. Anyways, back on track. So this is what a profile page would look like. All of our companies have one. They get a short description. If I were to scroll down on this page, there's a list of her products that she offers as well, with more product photography down below. As you can see, there are links to all of their outside, if they have a website, if they have a Facebook, if they have phone number, email, anything like that. Our page links to go. All of their contact information can be found there. So if you find this product that you want and you want to reach out to the producer, their contact information is right there linked for you. In the holiday season, we also have a gift basket directory, or page, if you will. So if you're needing to buy a gift basket for anyone in your family, client gifts, corporate things like that, this is a section that gets updated every holiday season. And these ones specifically are typically producers who group their items together. So you might not get a variety of products from different companies in your basket, but for example, if you want the jerky one, they create a gift basket of all their jerky products. If you need something with a variety of items, I have stores that do that as well, so reach out to me. I'll help you with your Christmas gifts. So up until this point, we've talked about the producers, and now this section on our website I wanted to highlight as well. These are retailers. So I mentioned the storefronts across Oklahoma who sell Made in Oklahoma items. In order to be eligible with us to be a retailer, they have to have at least 5 different brands. So you'll know if they're on here, they have 5 different Made in Oklahoma brands in their store that they offer. And that's an interactive map. On your phone, it'll look a little different. You can either select the list version or the map version. This is a desktop view. But on your phone, you'll have either. You can select. And that map is interactive. So if you want to zoom in, zoom out, click on the little points on there to find a location. Obviously, we're in Stillwater, and I'm assuming most of you are from here. But if you had a friend on a different side of the state, you could zoom into where they're at and send them there to find Made in Oklahoma items. So I mentioned at the beginning we do a lot of events, cost sharing at the events. This is just our event calendar highlights. I'm not going to go into all the details for you, but starting in March we have the Tulsa Home and Garden Show, and this is so the cost sharing means we meaning ODAF, the Oklahoma Department of Agriculture, buys a section of booths there and resells them to our members at about half off. So they can participate in the Tulsa Home and Garden Show that way. Ag Day at the Capitol is more of a promotion, educational event where our members can set up and educate our legislators and their staff. The Made in Oklahoma Showcase is where we connect producers and retailers. So if you have a store, if you have a retail space that you are looking to sell Made in Oklahoma items in your store, this is a great event for you to come to. It's kind of like a wholesale market, if you will. Wines of the West is held in the Oklahoma City Stockyards, where they bring in local wineries, and we have a Made in Oklahoma product market there as well. And then the Made in Oklahoma store, I'm going to get into more detail and that in just a second. Tulsa State Fair, I highlight a little bit as well. And then Stockyard Stampede is, again, at the Stockyards. This is a big event if you haven't gone. It's really fun. They have longhorns go down the street, and then there's like cowboy cookouts, and there's a steak competition, things like that. So these are just the events that we partner on. However, I always send out events to our membership of festivals across the state looking for local vendors, and I am helping bridge that gap. So if you have an event that you know about, even in Stillwater, Market 34, I think is what it's called, 34? What? Market. Okay, great. So I helped kind of connect our vendors to be at that. So that'll run through the fall in Stillwater. So if you're needing to go look for Made in Oklahoma items, stop at Market 34. They're all running events all throughout the fall. These are some product photos of our companies out and about at these events that we're talking about. So that mollycoddle hashlinger, she's the caramel girl. And the center, they do soaps, and then the biscuit kitchen is pet treats. Okay, diving in a little bit more to the Oklahoma State Fair. I am currently in the planning well, really, we have been planning all year, but hot and heavy in the planning stages right now. I move into the fairgrounds on August 28th, so it's coming up very quickly. But at there, if you've never been, inside the Bennett Event Center, we have a 3,000 square foot store that has walls, locking doors, cash registers. It operates as if it's a full retail store that's only set up for 11 days. So we build it every year, which is a big undertaking, but really fun as well. So how this works is our companies submit an application form and go through a jury process to have their products selected to be in the store. And our companies love it because we do all the work for them, essentially. They bring their product to us, and we inventory it, merchandise it, sell it for them throughout the fair so they don't have to be there. Fair hours are long and hard, and it's very expensive to be in. So we take the grunt of that for our members, and they love it. And then at the end of the fair, it's a great partnership with the state fair. They cut up on check and handle the tax side of things, all of that logistics. So as that bottom bullet there, we've had record-setting years, year after year since 2021. Obviously, we didn't have a fair in 2020, and I started in 2019. So each year that I've been here, it's been a record-setting year. And this year we have 78, I believe, different companies in the store. So that's thousands of products. These are just some display photos at the store. So these are what we call floor displays or specialty displays. And to give you a little idea of cost for our members, one of these displays is $500 flat rate. So pretty economical for them to be in the fair, have their products there. That's a salsa. The middle one is soaps, deodorants, bath salts, and then that far one He does pickled items, chili seasonings, Bloody Mary mix, things like that. Here's just some more examples for you of what a specialty display looks like. This is highlights from previous years, so you'll have to come this year to figure out or see my new merchandising ideas. We have a couple new displays this year. That one on the far side is a honeycomb wall. I guess it'd be your left. So that's honey inside there. And then the center picture is of our Secretary of Agriculture, Blaine Arthur, with our State Board of Ag members. And then the gentleman next to Blaine, Secretary Arthur, was the president of the Oklahoma State Fair. So we had a grand opening ceremony to kick off the fair. If you don't have a specialty display, we have this back wall wire rack shelving, and this is sold by the shelf space. For one of our companies to be on a shelf, it's $150 flat rate. So maybe they don't have enough products to fill a specialty display, or they don't have the budget to have a specialty display. They can still participate in the store on our what we call the back wall. So at Tulsa State Fair, it's a little bit different. They have been begging for a store, but unfortunately we haven't figured out logistics to make that happen yet. So here we have a booth section, like a general, what you'd picture like a vendor booth area. We've had 52 booths here in the Exchange building. And again, we as an ODAP buys the booths and then resells it to our members for 50% off. So it's very great deal for them to be in. Just for an example, a booth at the fair is over $1,000 if they were to pay it themselves. These are just some photos from companies that have set up in the Made in Oklahoma section previously at the Tulsa State Fair. And I don't have it in here, but in years past we've done a Made in Oklahoma cafe at the Tulsa Fair as well. That's been down in the livestock barn area where we've served breakfast and lunch. We're pivoting this year, so it'll be a little bit different, doing more of an educational scavenger hunt type thing across the fairgrounds. So these are some of the logos that I wanted to just bring to your attention. If you see these anywhere on product labels, marketing materials, things like that, you'll know that this is a product or a member that's in our program. And now, a quick activity. I'm going to break the room into 3 groups. Let's do like these 3 tables, and then center 3 tables, and then those far 3 tables. So you'll be group 1, and then our center tables will be group 2, and our far side be group 3. If you don't have a smartphone or don't know how to use your smartphone, I'm sure someone at your table does. Great. So I'm just going to give you a couple minutes. I want you to break into your groups, your tables, whatever. Visit madeinoklahoma.net and then click the Producers tab. So on your phone, you'll see the 3 bars in the top corner that gives you the menu. Click that to get your producers. And I just want you to click through there to find some different companies that you might be interested in. So again, group 1, your body and skin care. Group 2, which is our middle tables here, your food and drink. And group 3, on the far side of the room, you'll be home goods. Give you just a couple minutes. And these are the things that I'm going to have one person from each group report back, if you will, and answer these questions. Okay, wrap up your search. And then decide who's your spokesperson for your group. Just one person. Is group 1 ready to share about a company you found?
Okay, so body and skincare, I found Feathered Frog Soap in El Reno, Oklahoma. Hand-painted bath bombs, vegan lip balm, scent sachets, whipped butter soap, scrubs, shampoo pucks, and conditioner pucks.
Great.
There is a website. It would break my heart to invest in a soap that I would use that's hand-painted. It reminds me of my aunt's house growing up where you couldn't actually use the soap. But she does even have little waffle-shaped soaps. They're really cute. Cute gift.
Cool. Thank you. Group 2, food and drink.
Are you the report out? I am. I went food and drink alcohol.
Great.
We wanted to learn about beer. Seem fair to you? So co-op and one of their products is an F5 IPA. Sounds like a good one to try to me.
Excellent. Excellent. Cool. Group 3, home goods. Who has a home good company they want to share about? Did you have another one?
No, I want. Do you have to be a member of the MIO in order to have your product listed on here?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. I was looking for chalk beer. It's made in Krebs, Oklahoma, and it's not in here.
Oh. You'll need to encourage them to join.
All right, Marcia, are you the reporter? Go for it. Phone's not on.
Okay, the neatest, goodest thing in Oklahoma is a cutting board made in the shape of Oklahoma. But I don't dare use mine, but I love it. And towels, paper washcloths.
Yeah.
I could not believe it. I finally threw the old one away. It was like, oh, I hate to, but you wash them, you let them dry, and my husband's going. So that's it.
Great.
Good job, Marcia.
Thank you. Okay, just to wrap up, thank you guys for participating in that little activity. If you know of a company like you do, sir, that needs to join the program, real quickly, this is how they do that. Visit our website, madeinoklahoma.net. There's a join button on there as well that goes to an online application. If they make a product, they'll click I'm a producer. If they're the storefront, they click I'm a retailer. Pretty straightforward. Again, online application. Once they submit that, it goes to me to review and approve them, add them to the program if they meet our eligibility requirements. So if you know of any companies or stores that need to join the program, yes, sir.
Hold on. I'm coming. I've got you, Ivan.
Thanks. When I glanced at that, I noticed that there are some that are made in Stillwater. Is it possible in the website to identify by city, say what's from here?
Only on the retail side, unfortunately. So the storefronts, yes, but not the producers. I can pull that information for you. I have a spreadsheet of all of them, so I can pull that information.
Can we all ask questions now? I've got one.
Yes.
So how do you weed out the dirty cheaters? Like, how do you verify that somebody is actually doing their stuff in Oklahoma?
Yeah, that comes from their application. So if they don't fill it out good enough for me, then I do ask them follow-up questions and verify if the product is manufactured here. If it's a food product, I get exactly the commercial kitchen it's made in, their license number, things like that. So that's all in their application.
We've got some people that were CIA and stuff in the past. So if you ever
we might need to use those resources.
like if you're ever like, hey, I need a sidekick to go check this out, I know people.
Great. I love that. Thank you.
So how do you keep from stepping on the toes of each of these two organizations? One has used, you both use MIO apparently in your language, but it seems to me, have there been efforts to try to bring these groups together? Explain all this to us, because it's a little confusing, even though you took a stab at it. You said that the red circle, actually there was a fee to join, and I guess that's the primary difference. But why wouldn't you attempt to get these groups together?
I would absolutely love to do that. So the Made in Oklahoma, the reason it hasn't been joined, we do work very closely together, and if the companies are eligible for both, they can be in both. The biggest difference on the company side is who your target audience is. So if you're a food company and you want to do festivals, events, you'll be in the program. And if you want to be on grocery store shelves, you'll be in the coalition. So the target audiences for our companies are a little bit different, which helps keep them separate, if you will. I would love, in my perfect world, there's a tiered system of like you're a beginning starting company, and then you can work your way up the program, the different levels that we offer. The reason they haven't been joined yet is because the MIO Coalition has a board of directors. It started with 6 founding members, and they started the coalition themselves in 2000, and they're a little protective over what they started, the founding members started. So eventually, yes, I'd love to see that happen. The MIO Coalition does have their director is an employee of ODAF, so we are a partnership that way. So we help the coalition. Unfortunately, we can't conjoin yet. I do foresee that happening once those founding members are gone. But until then, we will stay separate.
So we don't have hard conversations. We wait until people die.
Yeah.
All right. Who else has a question? Anybody else have a question for Jenna? How many of you have learned something today?
Yeah.
We want a Made in Oklahoma store. If we start getting the Boys from Oklahoma concerts every year,
Right.
we want you to come have a store here
Great.
at that.
We'll make it
Okay.
happen.
So, do you have a question, Matt? All right, hold please.
You sell like branded merchandise, T-shirts? I was made in Oklahoma.
You know,
Do you sell Made in Oklahoma T-shirts?
unfortunately not.
You should.
Well, we tried that, and it was a nightmare to keep track of. So
Okay,
we don't
it was a
anymore.
nightmare, but maybe they could do
However-
it again.
However, at the Made in Oklahoma store at the State Fair, if you volunteer to work a shift, you can get a Made in Oklahoma shirt.
Road trip. All right, everybody, give Jenna a round of applause, please.
Thank you.
Jenna, thank you